afternoon. I'm Samantha Murray.
I'm Brooke Harriman.
I'm Jalen Haas.
And I'm Christian Reinhardt. The Advanced Placement Program, or AP program, has consistently grown since its launch in 1955. As you can see in this graph from College Board, both AP success and AP participation have seen consistent upward trends since 2004. Moreover, the AP enrollment rate when regarding Florida students has also seen a consistent upward trend since 1997. Despite this consistent growth in the AP program, however, in Florida and in the US, disparities by a cultural background of students persist in the program.
Which makes it imperative to ask the question, since the year 1997, to what extent does a student's cultural background have a negative impact on the AP success of Florida students? After extensive research, we have concluded that the AP success of students is disproportionate by cultural background. First, we will discuss the AP program and what it is. Then, we'll discuss the disproportionality that currently exists within the program, following up for the reasons for such disproportionality.
To solve the overarching inequity amongst various cultural backgrounds, more widely available support programs and increased advanced placement teacher training can combine to cultivate increased student success and enrollment rates. This is especially true when considering Hispanic and African American students who have, through extensive research, fallen short of their Caucasian and Asian American student counterparts.
So what is the Advanced Placement Program? As described by College Board, the Advanced Placement Program is a program in which high school students are given the opportunity to take college-level courses. Most colleges will award qualifying AP scores of a 3 or higher, college credit, the opportunity to skip intro-level courses, or both. The AP program was solely based on the benefits that it can have for students. Here we have listed just 2 of the many benefits that the AP program can provide students involved. First, earning college credit is what the AP program was designed to do. Most AP students that go to college already start off the year with some college credit. This can save students money because they're skipping some courses that cost them extensive amounts of money. According to College Board, the creator of the Advanced Placement Program, students can save up to $1,000 or over $6,000 on just courses that they don't have to take because of the college credit they already earned. Also, with an AP course on your transcript, colleges are more likely to look into you for scholarship money, which can save you even more money. College Board claims that their mission is to connect students to college success and opportunity, and they claim that they are committed to excellence and equity in education. However, issues with equity still remain in the program, in which you will soon see with extensive research and statistics.
So when taking into account the benefits that Samantha just proposed or discussed, it's safe to assume that many students will want to enroll in the AP program and take advantage of all that it has to offer. However, inequitable access limits proper utilization of the program. As you can see in this graph from College Board, we can see a number of implications. First, that Asian students, the AP enrollment rate of Asian students is almost double their overall enrollment rate in high schools across the country. Second, the AP enrollment rate of Black students is almost half their overall enrollment rate in high schools across the country. Now, lastly, although the enrollment rates of Hispanic students and white students, the differences look similar, the differences among Hispanic students is disproportionately greater than the differences among white students. These implications show that Asian students and white students tend to have higher enrollment rates in the AP program as opposed to the lower enrollment rates of Black and Hispanic students. Now, moreover, we can also see the same trends with performance on the AP exams. Again, we can see that Asian students consistently score the highest in not only Florida, but in the US as a whole. On the contrary, we see that Black students score the lowest in the US and in Florida as a whole. Now, again, white students and Hispanic students generally have this a similar trend. However, on the national level, we see that the scoring between white students and Black Hispanic students is quite significant as opposed to their scoring in Florida and Hispanics, where the gap narrows. Regardless of this narrowing, however, the trends are quite obvious. White and Asian students perform at higher rates than Black and Hispanic students.
The reasons for this such disproportionality tie down to the barriers that each race faces. When discussing the negative impacts, it revolves around Black and Hispanic students. Predominantly when talking about Black students, the main reason for their disproportionality are financial barriers. According to the Journal of Blacks in Higher Education, an academic journal written by college professors, barriers to Black participation in the AP program, the $86 fee for taking an exam in each subjective area. Elaborating on this, students take 2 to 4 AP classes each year, which means 2 to 4 exam fees, which these Black families have to pay, which aren't always the most affordable for them. Thus, less students enroll in these advanced placement classes, lowering the enrollment rates. Additionally, according to Bradman University case study, the reason for disproportionality among Hispanic students revolves around language barriers. With the increasing number of people in Florida whose primary language is Spanish, language barriers create a multitude of challenges in all aspects of everyday life, school, and AP courses. This is a major obstacle for Hispanics in success in AP coursework because it can interfere with learning and limit their understanding of the language and the content of what is being taught.
It is important to first preface that these solutions are not limited to one specific cultural background. Instead, these solutions, when applied effectively, provide a way to even the playing field between all cultural backgrounds. In reference to the diagram provided from data from College Board, let's first focus on the first 3 points, excluding forced academic success for now. To create a facilitated learning environment, support programs and improved teacher trainings are imperative to student success and enrollment. First, support programs. They can come in a multitude of forms, such as weekly tutoring sessions crafted for each individual student and digital help hubs on school websites. These programs align with Harvard graduate James Ford's theory of teacher-induced success. This theory, as it pertains to AP programs, means that students struggling to stay above grade average or failing to participate in group discussions will suffer, but they are not left to suffer alone when teachers are qualified. Ford's theory suggests that teachers trained in specialization to students' needs with their specific AP class will thrive off of the newly available resources. This directly ties into improved teacher training because they will have specialized classes to teach such students. With the combination of these solutions comes forced academic success, allowing Black and Hispanic students to essentially catch up to Asian American and Caucasian students. Data with time will show even results across the board following the implementation of these solutions. However, with solutions come limitations. And the main limitation that we have discussed is financial. Money is limited in spaces of academia. Despite these limitations, there are 2 options, debt and redistribution of funds. Both options could potentially put the school at risk for animosity amongst students, teachers, parents, and administrators. The conflict in this response, because of debt and redistribution of funds, could create animosity. Despite these limitations, most student help programs do not require huge monetary compensation. Instead, teachers must step up and take the initiative. If there is a will, there is a way. Thank you. Any questions?
Christian, we'll start with you. Christian, reflecting on your colleagues' work, which one had the greatest impact on your overall understanding of the problem that you guys identified?
Okay, so Jalen's paper actually had the biggest impact on me. That's because her paper was more correlated with the perspective of white students, and her perspective brought in really the positive impacts that socioeconomic and the cultural background can have on students. So her impact really brought in, a counter perspective, which brought in my understanding of the topic.
All right, thanks. Jay Money. What is a way in which your team's resolution makes you think differently about your own research?
My team's resolution, we brought in a lot of different perspectives, such as Hispanic and Black data, and mine was almost the complete opposite. So my solutions were geared more towards student help, while their solutions were geared towards financial, and language barriers. So I thought bringing them all together really strengthened our presentation and made mine more, it put it into perspective a little bit more.
All right, thank you. Brooke, what is an example of a compelling argument from one of your peers' reports that you decided to not use in your presentation?
Well, in Samantha's paper, she had talked about teacher impact, and when we were discussing all of our perspectives, we realized that was more of an outlier, and it didn't really fit in with our flow of how we were doing our presentation, so we decided to cut it out to create more of a flow and better understanding of our perspective.
All right, thank you. Sam, in the future, what change would you make to your group norms, and how would you expect that to improve your team presentations?
In the future, I think that we all should meet more, because every time that we did meet outside of school, one of us wasn't able to make it. Like, for example, when me, Brooke, and Christian were discussing our final line of reasoning, Jalen wasn't able to make it. And then when we were discussing the final presentation as a whole, I wasn't able to make it, so I had to be there online, so it didn't have the same effect. So I think if we all met in person, our presentation would have been better presented and much better, the perspectives would have been brought better.